If you're wondering why this eye is kind of done and this eye ain't, it's because I messed this one up. Bad. It was like Amy Winehouse and not like only Amy Winehouse could look like Amy Winehouse. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Welcome to this nightmare. If you watch this long enough, you might see me have a full-blown panic attack. Hi, my name's Katie, and I've been successfully avoiding doing these videos for like years. Yeah, years. And at the end of this, I will totally put the name of every human being who told me this was going to be a good idea and just fine. So you can go and tell them that it wasn't, and it wasn't. Anyway, so I, since I don't know how to start this, like a video or a series or like anything about YouTube whatsoever, I figured what we would do is I would do my makeup with some of the makeup that I bought while I was in Germany last week. And kind of do it in the way that I did it the one night that we went out. And talk about life stuff. You know what I'm saying? I gotta stop saying that. I'm gonna say that. I guarantee you, I'm gonna say it way too many times in this video. I'm gonna try and tell you the things that I'm using as I'm going, but I've done this now like 4 times, and it is not. I'm not good at this. However, as I'm gonna try and get into as we keep going, been trying to wrangle this thing called anxiety that I've been dealing with since, like, I don't know, I was born. It just, like, do stuff that, like, other people clearly look happy doing, so why can't I do it? Because I don't know about anyone else. Well, I do know about a couple other people, but I am really bad at, so there's a saying, comparison is the thief of joy, right? If you haven't heard that, write that down. Put that in your book. I'm also so serious when I say I'm going to try and keep it professional. As I wipe my hands on a paper towel. I'm really bad about making inside jokes. I'm really bad about making jokes to make myself feel better, period. Especially when I'm really nervous. Because if I can go ahead and get you laughing at something else, when you start laughing at me, I might not know. See what I'm saying? Isn't that sad? Ugh, how embarrassing to admit. Anyway, I'm going to try and talk about anxiety and like the steps that I've been taking in my life to get that shit under control, man. Because I'm 33 and I don't want to spend the rest of my life as anxious as I've spent the first 33 years of my life. Because it sucks. It's not fun being this anxious all the time. And I have gotten way better. Way better. I'm going to talk about that. But I was also thinking, like, I don't know, first of all, if I'm even going to post this. Second of all, if I'm ever going to make another one. So, I'm not going to say always and never statements in the beginning, because who knows where this might go. Straight in the garbage is where I'm thinking. But I digress. I probably am not going to, at least for starters, do tutorials or reviews for, like, regularly speaking purposes. What I kind of just want to do is just do my makeup and run my mouth. So if that, like, resounds with you in any way, you've come to the right spot. Although probably not, because this is probably going to be a mess, at least for a while, if not permanently. I'm just letting you know. I curse a lot. This is going to be really awkward. I'm going to ramble. I'm probably going to open up like 5 storylines and close like none of them. But like, if you're cool with that, and horrible self-deprecating humor and really bad jokes, then welcome to this nightmare. All right. So I probably should have finished this eye because I have no idea where I'm going. Although this one's salvageable, this one wasn't good. So we're gonna try this again. I'm the most annoying. I am annoying myself. God bless America. This is the Sleek Makeup Flash Foil Eye Paint in the color. I don't give a frick. It just says IDGAF. I'm going to try and keep my cursing under control because I feel like there's a potential for, like, I don't know. There's any number of people that could watch this and then be like, oh my God, why does she curse so much? But I make no promises because I curse a lot. I'm liable to catch like 25% of them. Honestly. While we're talking about this stuff though, this stuff, holy good Lord. Once this is on your face, this does not want to come off. It did crease a little bit on this eye. It seems to have managed to work its way out. I think it's the layering. However, be careful with this stuff. The first time I used it, oh my God. I'm pretty sure that it only came off because I rubbed the skin that it was connected to off my face. That's how strong this stuff is. It's pretty, but don't mess it up. Also, don't do your whole face. Unless you are just like that lucky person who never makes mistakes. Don't do it because this is going to go everywhere. And once it goes everywhere, there's no hope for you. You just have to start over. I meant to take a note while we went out, how it behaved overnight. Not overnight. Wait. Well, kind of, because we went out at like... When did we leave our hotel? Maybe like 10? So I put this on at like 8. Went to dinner. This stayed on until 5 o'clock in the morning. Yep. So we wandered around Berlin like a bunch of straight tourists because I wanted to go to a German nightclub. And then we ended up in a really bad, well, not really bad, that's probably not fair, really bad spot in town. I said it anyway. It was scary, I'm not gonna lie. It was just one of those places where you know you really don't belong there. You know when random people on the street are trying to sell you illicit substances that are 100% illegal in Germany? You have no business being there, like, truthfully. So then we went back to our hotel after I cried on the street over a random stray dog. It wasn't stray. There was a person with it. I thought it was stray. I thought it was abandoned. Also, if you don't know me, you can't possibly know that I am a huge animal person. Like, I once got chased in the county fair by a really angry lady because I was petting sheep right in front of the sign that says, do not pet the animals. So, I don't know what that has to do with anything. Oh yeah, stray dog. So, thought it was a stray, thought it was abandoned. 100% wasn't. There's a dude right there. I just didn't see him. Started crying in the middle of the street, probably 3 o'clock in the morning in Berlin. So, that was a good look. I didn't bring a whole lot of makeup with me to Germany because I am the kind of person that will, if I don't have it with me, I obviously, if I limit myself on what I bring, then obviously I can't overdo it or spend a lot of time working on makeup because I will. So I saved myself for myself and didn't bring a lot of makeup with me because I wanted to not spend time sitting in my hotel room doing my makeup. I wanted to spend time walking around and seeing all of the things that I have been waiting literally years to see. 10 years to be exact. It took me 10 years of saying I was going to go to Germany to actually get myself to Germany. Yep. And that's pretty like indicative, I feel, of how I have lived my life for a long time. Is like, I'm going to say I'm going to do it. And I mean to do it. Like, I'm not lying when I say that I'm going to do it. It's just that later on, I'll say that I'm going to do something in a moment of confidence in myself as a human being. And then that confidence will fade into sheer panic. and then I won't do it because, like, I'll think that I really can't do it. Whatever it is. This has been like story of my life. I can't explain to you how little I have believed in myself in my life. And then like thinking about how sad that is. And realizing it honestly, because like for a long time I was like, no, I'm totally working on these things. I'm totally doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But I wasn't at all. Which is also like how I've been dealing with my anxiety. Like, this is the first time in my life I have actually tried to get a hold on how anxious I am, because my entire life I've told people that I have really bad anxiety, and the response I usually get is, "You do?" And I'm like, what the hell have I done that makes you think that I am not run by anxiety? So then, like, when I think about it, why is it so crazy to me that people thought I had confidence in myself, or just didn't think that I was as anxious as I very much am? And it's something I realized a little while ago, as in like a couple months ago, is like, for me, apathy and confidence aren't like, they could look the same if you don't know the person well. And I guess because I'm so ridiculous, a lot of people have thought that that is confidence, and when really it's like, if I get you to laugh intentionally, I won't be thinking about whether you're laughing at me or maybe. Does that make any sense? See, this is why I did not want to make these videos, because I'm not actually having a conversation and nobody can give me any feedback. This is a nightmare. What am I doing? Anyway, so I really wanted to try and get my anxiety under control, because, like, honestly, back in April, I was like a mess. A real big mess. And I just didn't want to be like that anymore. Like, just didn't want to be like that anymore. And I was like, I don't know how. I don't know how to not be like this anymore. I've been like this my entire life. By the way, I've been using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette. Do I want to hold it up and show you all the shades I've been using? So that guy's on my brow bone. Tempera. Like, not tempura shrimp. That's tempura. But tempera. Orange soda to blend that out in the crease. And then a bit of, wash these nails. A bit of a mixture of these three. So like, yeah, like in April, I was in a really bad spot. My anxiety was horrible. I was freaking out. And I did not know how to fix it. I had no idea how to fix the anxiety that I had literally always had since I could. Like, I think the first time looking back, I can tell you that my anxiety really kicked it into high gear when I was about 12. No, 11, 10. I was in 4th grade. And I started having like sleep issues because of my anxiety. I have always had, well, that took some focus, really bad anxiety. And then, like I said, I'd have people be like, what? You have anxiety? You never seem like you have anxiety. You seem like the most confident person in the world. And I wanted to laugh in those people's faces because I was never confident. I have never been confident ever in my life. Never. That's a true statement. I have moments of confidence, but for the most part, I am not a confident person. I am riddled with anxiety and self-doubt. Riddled. And like I would see other people doing stuff that I wanted to do, and I'd just be like, well, I'm just never going to be that person. Why? Why can't I be that person? I put that limit on myself. Nobody put that limit on me. So, because I did not know how to break this like ridiculous cycle of horrible self-doubt, I signed up for counseling. And I'll probably make a different video on this another time. Oh, why eyeballs? Why are you making me look stupid on national television? My eyeballs are uneven, just like every other person on the face of the earth. But when I start my wing with my left eye, for whatever reason, making it match my right eye is an absolute nightmare. So we might be here for a minute. I also might totally screw this up again. And I'm out of makeup wipes. So if I have to start this over, I'm just gonna end it all. No, I'm just kidding. Probably shouldn't make jokes like that. Somebody might get really upset. Oh. That worked out well, didn't it? Nope. We might be just trying to cover that with foundation and hoping for the best. Okay, let's try and pause for effect. You know what it is? It's that this eye is rounder than this eye. This always happens to me. I have to do my right eye first or I never make them match. Ever. This is never going to match up. Ever. I'm going to Amy Winehouse this again because they're never going to match up. Because I had to start with the wrong eye like an idiot. So let me see if I can just make that a little bit longer so that this is kind of even-ish. See, now I have horrible anxiety and I'm doing this on camera, so there will be plenty of people that can watch how bad I actually am at this. Anyway, I'm just going to keep talking and hope for the best. This is not what I wanted. Just isn't. Anyway, I started counseling, and I started, at the same time I started counseling, I started training with this dude named Site Fitness on Instagram. Saved that one. His name's Jordan. Jordan, I didn't forget your name if you, for some ungodly reason, watch this. Totally did not forget your name. I'm nervous, okay? So I started counseling and I started training with that dude because I was also like, in my opinion, 30 pounds overweight. I'll get to that also. Maybe. I told you, or maybe I said this the last time I tried to record this. I'm probably going to open like 50 plot lines and wrap up none of them. There's a learning curve. I'm going to miss it. Especially for this one. So just like strap in or turn this off. But when I started counseling and trading with Jordan, 2 thoughts went through my mind. And I am not, by any means am I saying that these are normal, healthy people thoughts. In fact, they aren't, and I know that. And so just strap in. I thought I was going to be able, 1, to convince a full-time therapist with several years of anxiety. Nope. Experience. I was going to be able to convince her that I was just stuck this way. Just like I was going to be able to convince Jordan that he couldn't help me lose weight because I was just stuck this way. So I started these things because I wanted to be different. Really, really did want to be different. But genuinely had no confidence in myself that was going to happen. I can't stress that enough. I did not think that I was going to be able to manage any of it. I thought I was going to be the first person to show both of these people, my therapist and Jordan, how fucked up I was permanently. And like I said, if this goes well, read if I don't delete this and never do it again. I'm gonna try and make a video on like some of the reasons, like just like life things that I have gone through that have like taught me the things that I know now that I use to like manage my anxiety, get through the day-to-day stuff. I don't know if that's something you're into or whatever, and thanks.com// I don't know what I'm doing. I started counseling, started training with Jordan, genuinely thought I was going to show both of these people. Like, they'd never seen someone as fucked up as me. Here I am. I'm going to show them all. What a crazy thought, by the way. That's called ego, and not in a good way. I feel like people think that ego, oh, Katie, what you doing? You need to put it down right now. You need to stop before you make this really bad for yourself. I feel like people think that ego is always good, or like ego is always telling you. When people think of egotistical people, they think of people who really think highly of themselves. But ego can also tell you that like you're so beyond salvageable. Like that's how special you are. I think Jordan called it special butterfly syndrome. And that was totally me. I was a special butterfly. I was a special little butterfly that couldn't possibly be helped. That's how bad I was, just life in general. And no one could help me. But I also thought, and this is, I don't know how, this is kind of backwards, probably. I also thought that I can't say it didn't work if I don't try as hard as I can, which is also another weird thing. As horrible self-esteem as I have a really good work ethic. really good work ethic. We're gonna toss on the Bye Bye foundation from It Cosmetics full coverage moisturizer in the shade Fair. I'm gonna say right now, randomly, I don't know that I would call this moisturizing. It's pretty, but there were a couple of times that I wore this in Germany that I looked in the mirror and it looked anything but moisturizing. I'm going to be totally honest. Do I hate it? No, I don't. Actually, I would like it. Moisturizer, though? I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know. Anyway, so I told myself that if I was going to do this and then say it didn't work, I couldn't, like, cheat on it, essentially. I had to freaking do it to the max. I had to do everything exactly the way I was supposed to do it, because that was the only way that I could fairly say it didn't work, right? I can't say it didn't work if the entire time, why did I do that? When I was trying to lose weight, I can't eat crap to the nth degree and then be like, my diet's not working. I can't not go to the gym and be like, this workout plan's not working. I don't know why I'm trying to force this to work with this freaking side. I never do my foundation with that side. What am I doing? So same with my anxiety. Like, I talk to my counselor and like, I talk too much. One, if you haven't noticed. Two, I explain myself like I could write a thesis on myself trying to tell you why I do things a certain way or why I feel a certain way. And so I would talk to my therapist and I would just be like, yeah, no, like, this from my childhood, this from my bad relationship. And that's pretty much, like, why my anxiety is just really bad and not manageable. And then, like, she would ask me questions. I can't remember them specifically, so don't ask. And I would try and answer them, and I'd be like, oh, well, that doesn't make any sense. That's why she has to say that question, because she wanted to see if you're going to think about it, and it doesn't make any sense when you just said that way, see? She just poked holes in all your fucking theories right there, right out of the gate. And so when that started happening, like, on a regular basis, my therapist was like, well, have you tried, like, what do you do when that happens? Like, what do you do when your anxiety goes off the charts? And I'm like, oh, I let it. I just sit there and have a panic attack. She's like, well, what do you try and talk yourself? Like, what do you try and say to yourself? And I was like, it's all over. Everything's awful. You've ruined it. It's bad and it's all your fault. It's not funny, but it is kind of, a little. Yeah, I would sit up, straight up tell this woman, like, well, yeah, I mean, that's just what you tell yourself when everything's going bad, right? That's what everybody does. No, as it turns out, it's not. This is ColourPop No Filter Concealer in Light 12. Also not one of my favorites. I really don't know how I feel about this concealer. Every other time I use it, I'm like, this is amazing. And then every other time, I'm like, this is crap. I genuinely don't know. I do know it can't go under my old lady, crepey, wrinkly, old eyeballs. I'm not that old. I'm only 33. But something is, in the last, couple months, my under eyes have really gotten way worse. Which has really done wonders for my anxiety. We're going to bring this all the way around. And then, another crazy thing that I would do is I would talk to my therapist about things that made me anxious, and she would tell me, for example, next time you feel like that, think of things that you're grateful for. And I was like, what? Think of things I'm grateful for? Are you serious? What is that going to do? And in my head, I was like, nothing. It's not going to do anything. That's stupid. But again, I went back to, but if I'm going to say this isn't going to work, I have to do it all the way, right? I have to follow all the rules because at the end, I can't crush it and say, ha ha, it didn't work if I didn't try all the way. And I did the same thing with Jordan. OM Jesus. Okay, this is a Revolution Pro Ultimate Coverage Crease Proof Concealer. Still not sure how I feel about this. This is a whole video of not being sure how I feel about things, isn't it? And I'm talking about anxiety. Okay, this does not want to come out. This is really thick anyway, and it's also 1,000,000 degrees below zero in my house. So this, I bought this because it looked like it was similar to one of the best concealers ever made. NYX, you discontinued it. Why? Gotcha Covered waterproof concealer. This little guy. Best concealer I've ever used under my eyes. Loved it. Discontinued. Why? Seriously, I would love to know. Also, if you know something similar to this that isn't this, holler at your girl, because this was my favorite. Although, honestly, that's been creasing under my eyes here recently as well. So I'm beginning to think that it's my eyes and not the product. So, as I'm like working on my anxiety and weight loss, while also completely not believing that any of this is going to work, lo and behold, wouldn't you know it, some things started happening that were like really positive. Like one day, I talked myself out of an anxiety attack. What? I'd never, ever, ever done that ever before in my life. Talked myself out of an anxiety attack. And I did it. I totally did it. I straight up went into, I got a phone call that gave me some news that I did not want. And I went to freak out mode. Full on, full blown, have a panic attack, standing in my kitchen. Also, I should probably have said this already, but I have 2 cats and they're both in here, so they're liable to make a lot of noise. Sorry, I don't have a professional setup for this. Why are you here? I'm gonna be real honest. I don't know what you're doing. I started making progress, both on my anxiety and my weight loss. And the one day that I went into full freak out, have friggin' panic attack mode, I realized I was having a panic attack over something that I could 100% not do anything about. Like, having that panic attack was not actually doing anything. And I realized in that moment that I have equated worrying to work. I have equated worrying to doing something my entire life. Like, every time something... When did I smudge that? God. I have equated worrying to doing something forever. Okay? Forever. And I realized what had happened is I was waiting on, or I got a phone call that said something bad might happen. Not something bad did happen, something bad might happen, and I wouldn't know for 2 weeks. Like, there was no way I would get that news any faster than 2 weeks. And so, you know what I did? I just totally had a panic attack. Like, I just completely lost my mind. And somewhere in my brain, it went, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm freaking out. We're freaking out. We have to freak out. This is just what just happened. And we freak out now. Like, that's what we do. That's what we've always done. Stop playing like you don't know this. Like, this is what we do. And I thought about what my counselor told me. Think of things you're grateful for. And I was like, this isn't going to freaking work. there's no way this is gonna go well. And oh my God, it did, because it distracted me long enough. And that's another thing my counselor told me to do, is instead of thinking or feeling like I have to react immediately to something, like take a minute, man, and actually think, do I have to react to this? And do I have to react to this way? Instead of just automatically reacting, think about what your reaction is. Think about, do you have to react that way? And when I started talking to myself, as you do, I thought, maybe I don't have to be this way. Maybe I can try. And I don't know, I came to a fork in the road. And I don't know how this is going to go if I go that way. But I know what going that way looks like. And I cannot go that way anymore. This is probably looking like crap on camera. Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in Fair. I don't know how I feel about this either. Like I said, there's a whole video of me not knowing how I feel about things while talking about anxiety. Don't listen to me. That's too much powder. Totally saw it. It's too late now. Oh well. Now that that's ruined. So I talked myself out of it. I walked in my bathroom, I put my hands on the counter, and I looked at myself and I was like, you are going to stop this right now. You are going to stop freaking out and calling it doing something. You're going to stop this right now. You have 2 weeks before you'll even find out what the F is going on. Are you really going to say to yourself that you're going to spend that 2 weeks on a full-on freak out? No, ma'am. We do not have the energy to do that. You have got to find a way to be okay. And I'm not saying that that's the best way for everyone. I'm saying it worked for me. And I was like, damn, dog, we should have done that a long time ago, because that did it. Just like that. It was like a whole bunch of screaming in the background just went like dead silent. Because I'd never done that to my anxiety before. I'd never told it to shut up. I had always just, as soon as it got cranked up, let it run. Like, full on let it go. I don't know why some of this is getting really, really smudgy and kind of muddy. I'm not sure what's happened here. This does not look good, guys. This is not looking good. This is not a good introduction of my capabilities as a person. Is it? Not really, no. Can we do anything about it? Not really, no. So anyway, that happened, and I told my therapist about it. I mean, I was proud of myself, but I also just kind of was like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, dummy. See how nice I am to myself. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to not freak out. Like, you are not supposed to freak out, so you don't really get credit for not freaking out. But that's not true either. When it's something that you've always done, you've always freaked out. Yeah, I think you're allowed to give yourself a little bit of credit for not freaking out. So I talked to her about it, and she was like, oh my God, Katie, there goes my crazy cat. That's amazing. I'm so proud of you. That's really great. What did you do? How did you do it? Oh, this is a new brush, and it just flaked all over my face. Oh, this is Manhattan Maxi Blush, Powder Blush, color Sweet Cheeks. She's like, how did you do that? How did you talk yourself out of it? How did you calm yourself down? And I was like, well, I basically just bossed myself around a little bit and said, you're going to get your shit together and you're going to calm down right now. And she kind of was like, oh, okay. And I realized in that moment that's probably not exactly what she meant for me to do, but it worked. So that's what I did. And it also helped at this time that I, like I said, started having like really positive feedback from my weight loss trip experience. I don't know what to call it. I wanted to lose weight. I wanted to lose like 30 pounds. I got 20 pounds of it off. I haven't weighed myself since I got back from Germany. I probably gained a couple pounds because I did not care a single bit about trying to be careful on what I ate, because I got to Germany for the first time and it took me 10 years to get there, so I wasn't about to spend that time being like, oh, you know what? I can't have that. Which is also a huge plus, because in the past I would have been like, well, you ate a whole bunch of dumb crap, so now you've ruined your diet and you pretty much deserve to just sit there and eat Mountain Dew, eat Sour Patch Kids, and drink Mountain Dew. Yeah, I do that. Okay, judge or don't, I don't know. I don't care. I sit around, not all the time. Don't judge me. And eat Sour Patch Kids and drink Mountain Dew. Okay, makes me happy. And yes, it does actually make me happy. For those people out there that are gonna be like, that's not healthy. That's not gonna make you feel better. Yes, it does. Okay, so. But like, these things that I set about doing to prove professionals wrong started working. So then I was like, oh shit. Maybe it is possible for me to be different than I've ever been before. Oh my God. What do I do with this knowledge? You keep going. That's what you do. And so how does that relate to going to Germany? Well, I'll tell you, since you asked. I studied German in college. I may have said that already. I'm losing track of time, y'all. I don't know which video I said what in, all right? So just, like, do with it or don't. I can't make your decisions for you. I studied my German in college, and I did really well in my classes in German, but then I never used it, so I was like, I'm never going to get to Germany, which is another, like, oh, anxiety. I'm never going to get to Germany. So when I got out of college, I kind of let my German, like, fall off a little bit, because I just never thought I was going to get to use it. And then a couple months ago when we bought our plane tickets, I was like, ooh, no, you now have to get on that. Because I met all three of my German friends because they were tutors for my German classes. And I was like, these people are going to be so disappointed in me if I show up. It took me 10 years to get here, and I'm like, sprechen Sie English, y'all? So I worked on my German. And then I got to Germany feeling a little bit not confident. And then the first person that I spoke German to was a total jerk. It was a taxi driver. Shocking that he wasn't in the best mood. And I totally let that derail me. I was like, oh, see, your German is just that bad. That guy is going to be, that's what everybody else here is going to be like, because your German is crap and nobody wants to listen to you talk. See how mean I am to myself sometimes? Like, I hope somebody's listening to this going, oh man, I gotta stop doing that. When I hear somebody else say that, it sounds awful. It is. Don't be that mean to yourself, man. That's another thing. I am trying to burp my way through a sentence without looking like it. Probably didn't work out like I wanted it to. This is really not looking amazing. I'm going to be totally honest. We're going to keep going now. I have no idea what this looks like, by the way. Just because this could, and probably does, look terrible. So I let that one person that was a jerk totally knock me off of my speaking German game. And on the one hand, I was like, look, I would never make fun of somebody who was trying to learn English and their English just wasn't very good. But I could understand them. I would never make fun of them. I would just be like, look at you trying so hard. You're doing it. But for some reason, that rule, I can't give myself that much credit. Like, I can't give myself that much space to be like, dude, you're freaking trying, man. You're freaking trying. Look at you go on your wobbly little baby giraffe legs. I really thought I am the worst at speaking German. These people don't want to hear me. Oh, this is a nightmare. How many times can I say nightmare in this video? Chromamorphose by L'Oreal Palette. Paris. I was in Palace. I don't. English good. Creep. Oh, I just realized these names are all Halloweeny, kind of. Creep, howl, and glow. Yeah, creep would make sense. I feel like that's creep. So, where was I? Oh, I let my anxiety run it again. I was like, yep, you're bad at German. You need to just stop trying because everyone is going to get annoyed with you for trying to speak this language. Even though I knew going in that's not true. I'm going to try to get ahead of this one. Mellow Cosmetics Stardust Glow Palette. I read that backwards and upside down. Luna highlighter. I think. Yeah. This is going to be really loud. Really loud. There's a lot going on here. Okay. So I stopped speaking German, and like my fiance was like, what are you doing? Like, why are you speaking English to everyone? And then my friend, who was my tutor, also was like making me speak German, and I was getting really frustrated because I wanted to wait until I was better at it. What? How are you going to get better at something you don't do? How do you get better at something you don't do? That doesn't make any sense. So when I started realizing, like, that doesn't make any sense, dude. Why are you doing it that way? If my answer is, because it's always what I've done, I freaking don't do that anymore because it's not helping me at all. And, like, sometimes, I'm going to be totally honest, I backpedal a lot. I'm like, oh, no, that's just what I've always done. That's what we're going to do. Which is kind of why I kind of made myself sit down and do this video today, because I was, like, full of excuses on why I couldn't do it or why I shouldn't do it. And then I was just like, dude, it's not going to just happen. It's not like you're going to make your first YouTube video and it's going to be the best video that anybody's ever seen. It isn't. I guarantee you that the first makeup video that anyone has done that does makeup videos is always a mess. It's got to be, right? Make me feel better about myself. Validate me. That's what I thought. I was just like, you know what? You gotta freaking stop making excuses and just do it. And if anybody doesn't like it, they can just turn it off. And that's fine. And you know what? If people say nasty things, they can just freaking say nasty things. I really can't care about that stuff. You know what I mean? Because, like, I also, things that I try to, like, this is also something I've kind of tried to tell myself when I'm dealing with my anxiety in a new and exciting way. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Stop before it gets worse. All you people who told me to do this, I'm cursing your name in my head right now. I have a running list. I don't know why this is getting so bad today. I used this lipstick like a million times and didn't have this issue. It's feathering all over the place. All over the place. Because I decided to go rogue and not use a lip liner because I didn't use a lip liner before and this worked fine. Let me find something to fix this mess. Oh, perfect. I'm not really trying to use this as a liner exactly, more just something to try and... Wow. I didn't go into this thinking I was going to overdraw the crap out of my lips, and here we are. I'm not even going to tell you what lip liner that was because it's really irrelevant. I didn't use it for color. I used it to detail this shit show. Can I stand any more of this torture? Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. And I'm gonna add something to this mess to make it a little bit more festive. This is Atomic Makeup Disco Jelly in After Party. It's this really pretty like champagne gold color. I'm gonna tell you, this is also something that once it is on your face, good luck. That was probably way too much. Where am I gonna put this? It's not eye safe, so maybe. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Please don't copyright me. I shouldn't have done that. How did I not screw that up? Oh, look at that. Watching yourself be successful. Guaranteed I'm gonna mess it up on this side. I think I can make that a little bit more balanced. What do you think? Perhaps. Pro tip, you don't have to worry about your concealer tracing on your wrinkly old lady eyes. You cover it with glitter. You're welcome. Do I want to put lashes on with this? I feel like I should. I've just put glitter on my face. Why would I not put lashes on? Do I want to call this good? I feel like this needs just a little bit of something in the inner corner. So we're gonna, since I was using the Beverly Hills, no, not Beverly Hills, Anastasia Beverly Hills, Anastasia Beverly Hills, whichever one you want. Soft glam palette earlier. I think I'm gonna go in with Glistening and Fairy right here. Oh, was that a good idea? It's too late now. I don't think so. I think that was a bad idea. It's too late now. It's already done. Already done. All right. Well, I think it's safe to say that this train wreck is over now. What do you think? How do we do? If you liked it, you know, give it a thumbs up or whatever. I've never said this before, so I'm gonna leave some stuff out. If you really have nothing better to do with your time. Like subscribe or whatever. And maybe I'll do this again if I hate myself enough. That's not a true statement. That's self-deprecating humor again. I'm going to try and do this again. I'm going to do this until I decide not to. And I'm not going to let any negativity that I'm making stop me from living my life. Man. So I guess what I would wrap this up with, can you even see me? I should sit up straight. Having anxiety is fine. I'm pretty sure that like most people have some form of anxiety. Just like don't let it run you. Don't let it keep you, like if you're realizing that you're not doing things that you want to do because of your anxiety, it's time to like take a good hard look at that and make sure that that's really how you want to live your life. And if it is, if you're perfectly happy the way you are, then I'm not saying change it. I'm just saying, like, if you wake up every day and you're questioning literally everything and you see other people doing things that you want to do and you're like, oh, well, they can do that because of this, but I can't because I'm me. That's wrong. That's just wrong. It's not true. Not wrong. It's just not true. How about that? Not wrong. Just not true. And like everything that you're afraid of not being able to do, you certainly won't be able to do if you don't try. That's right. Some of those cliche things are really cliche and annoying. Some of those cliche things are cliche and annoying because they're true and you want to be cynical and sit there and say that they aren't and that you're just a special little butterfly and that's not going to help you. And I'm talking to you. And if that's how you think, then you are wrong. You're not a special butterfly. Not in that sense. You are a special butterfly in the sense that you are your own amazing individual person that no one else is just like. But you aren't a special butterfly in that you can't be helped, you can't be saved, you can't improve the things that you want to improve, you can't do the things that you want to do. If you want it, and you want it bad enough, you'll make it happen. Or keep making excuses. So, stop making excuses. Because if I can sit here on the verge of a panic attack and destroy my face on camera, you can do that thing you want to do. Okay? Okay. And on that note, I'm going to end this train wreck now.